This is a Rio 600 MP3 player. It's a fairly retro device, and it's interesting because it's one of the earliest Rio MP3 products, and it still manages to have a pretty cool design. It offers excellent sound quality, and it offers a few features up its sleeves that are still pretty unique. Now, one of the downsides of this device and ancient MP3 players is it's fairly large and bulky, but it still has a cool sliding design. We'll take that like this. It has a soft touch material. It has this combination of black and white, which looks like yin and yang, which is pretty curvy and cool. We've got a monochrome display on one end, and on the other end we have an iPod-like D-pad, which consists of a skip track, play pause, stop, OK, and a stop button on the bottom. We also have a menu button, and we also have a volume control key on the top. Now, this is a cool curved line design, but we would have preferred the volume control to be on the side. But it's still pretty cool and easy to press. We found the menu button, though, to be hard to press at times because it's really small and not as risen above the surfaces of the other buttons on this device for some reason. The soft touch texture makes the device really easy to grip and hold in your hand. Other notable hardware features includes, on the top of the device, a proprietary connection jack for syncing and charging. Not for charging, just to sync the 64 megs of and built-in memory. You can also extend the built-in memory. It's a 3.5mm headphone jack on the middle, so you can connect it to normal headphones. But these are special connections or proprietary smart connections on the sides, and they require a special cable where you plug in a headphone-like connection to this end, and then you plug in a USB to the other end to your computer, and then you can sync all your music and your data to this device. There's also a physical on-off switch. That's pretty much all. On the back, we can find out the battery, which is not rechargeable, because it takes one AA battery underneath this cover. It also has a pretty special and unique connection to actually connect the battery into the main unit. You have to slide, and then the main grids, or the memory grids, actually collide, and then the device can be turned on. So when I talked about special features, it has a few tricks up its sleeves other than just playing with normal music. If we turn the device on. The monochrome display is backlit. That's this Rio 600. And sound quality is excellent. The treble and the higher octaves are really clear and crisp, and basses are relatively low. It could be a little deeper, but it's still pretty good. Once you've powered the device up, you can see skip traps. You can see the music. The screen can be viewed in direct sunlight, which is pretty good. It's also a pretty large monochrome display. We have some songs from a long time ago, of course. Drops of Jupiter, Freight Train, and just famous songs. It displays all famous album information from including your time, how much it's playing at, your frequency, the volume control. You can play and pause, and all that information. Now, by special information, you can access it by pressing the menu button, and when you press the menu, you have the audio, the player, which is you can adjust the EQ and stuff, the preferences, and about. About can access like how much memory is taking up. But cycling up and down actually takes you through a cycle of features, and one of the special features includes like what's the compression format, like WMA or MP3. It also has a special calendar where you can see the time, the date, the days of the week, and there's the charger which shows you how much battery is left, how much hours of audio, like 11 hours. So the battery life is also pretty decent for this type of music player. It's got your compression format, you've got your days of the week, your time. It's all backlit, and it's really easy to read on a fairly large monochrome backlit display. So that's that. Pressing the menu again takes you back to your song and to your volume controls. So it's a very interesting device. It has solid audio quality, and it's very simple in MP3 player. But sometimes I think that smartphones and just devices are starting to be able to do a lot of things, and even MP3 players are starting to be able to do so much. But some people are really looking for only MP3 music playback, and that it might not be a bad idea to look at a few more older devices. If you only want to listen to songs and that's it, older devices might even offer a little bit of better sound quality. They are going to be a lot cheaper nowadays, and maybe the expansion and the memory isn't that large, but if you can find a perfect device for really cheap, and if you just want music, maybe older devices even have a better build quality, and it's more solid and doesn't drain the battery that fast because it doesn't try to do everything at the same time. But this has been the Rio 600 look at a retro MP3 player, and thank you for watching at osmvtxreviews.com.